Sure. Good morning. Those who are on YouTube, just check the audio, whether it is audible or not. We'll start in a minute. So, वापस सब join होने दो. We'll start in a minute. So today we'll take the lecture on theoretical part of three-phase circuit. So last time हमने sums लिए थे. In yesterday's offline lecture also we solve one sum based on the three-phase circuit, star and delta. So today we'll see the theory part of three-phase circuit. Okay. So then this chapter is will be over. Just go to the audio video, whether it is visible and audible. We'll start the lecture. So write in the chat box. Then start. So we have Omkar, Krishna, Aditya, Gaurav, Disha, Meher, Sarah. Like, wait for some students and then we'll start. So today's lecture is a theoretical base. I'll tell you the theory part. We actually three-phase kya hota. This is actually the question and answer format. So ये notes आपने refer किया, so you will get everything. Just refer this note. मुझे यहाँ पे notes दी, इसमें refer it. There is also there Vedant, Uday, Krishna. Chalo. So I think let's start with the lecture. See, what is the name of the topic? So the name of the topic is three-phase circuit. Okay. हमने जो second module में देखा था, the sums based on second module. So कैसे थे second module में sum? यहाँ पे एक resistor, यहाँ पे एक supply था, ठीक है? This is resistor and this is supply. Now this is known as a AC circuit, ना? This is known as a AC supply. DC कैसे होता है? This is a DC supply. Black current. और AC कैसे होता है? This is a AC. There are different types in the AC circuit. Different types in the AC circuit. So what are the types? That is single phase, two phase, three phase, polyphase. Okay. Phase मतलब क्या होता है? How many number of voltages you have? So let's take the single phase system. The single phase system मतलब there is a AC supply और यहाँ पे only one voltage. That is 230 volt, 450 volt, 50 volt, anything. उसके बहुत सारे वैल्यू होते हैं ना, Vmax, Vrms, Vaverage, but the voltage is one. That circuit generate only one voltage, and that is known as single phase system. So क्या definition है? It is a system which generates single alternating voltage, मतलब AC, by using single winding alternator. This is just a hardware जो you generate. So exam में पूछा, what is a single phase system? So it is a system which generate single alternating voltage by using single winding alternator. And that is known as single phase system. So this single winding alternator, it's a hardware. जो हम लोग देखेंगे in the fourth and fifth module कि ये alternator क्या होता है. So right now just understand single phase system क्या होता है. It's a system which generate single voltage. And which voltage? Alternating voltage. That is known as single phase system. Then what is a polyphase system? Poly means, what is the meaning of poly? Poly means many. The definition is same. So single के जगह पे there is a poly. A system which generates poly alternating voltages simultaneously by using poly winding alternator. तो single के जगह पे क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? Just poly. The same definition, only the single word is replaced by poly. So poly means many and phase means winding. ठीक है? This is a simple thing. तो यहाँ पे बहुत सारा voltage generate होगा. We don't know what is a count. कितना generate होगा that we don't know. But यहाँ पे too many voltages will generate. यहाँ पे सिंगल जनरेट हुआ, यहाँ पे मेनी. Then what is the three phase? Three phase means there are three. So how many voltages are generated? Three phase. So three phase system, it is a system which generates three alternating voltage simultaneously by using poly winding alternator. यहाँ पे poly मतलब कितना होगा? यहाँ पे होगा 3. Those we are generating 3 ना. The three phase system we generate three alternating voltage. How much? 3. So this topic is based on this one, three phase system. Okay? Just go through all three definitions. So exam में they'll ask you define single phase system and three phase system. ये दोनों definition लिखा. और exam पूछेंगे what is a polyphase system? You should write this definition. Okay? Just go through this. Three phase, single phase, and polyphase. Okay? Just go through it. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the chat box, or just write. That is, the definitions are clear. So if you do not have any doubt, just write definitions are clear. तो कुछ डाउट नहीं होगा, जस्ट राइट डेफिनेशन से. चलो, सिंपल डेफिनेशन, कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें. So any doubt in the definition? Just go through the definition: single phase, polyphase, and three phase. Exam में आ सकते हैं तीन phase. So be ready with the preparation. So notes मैंने upload भी किया classroom में. You can go through it. That's clear. So next question जो पूछ सकते, that is AC over DC. AC का advantages क्या है? If the question they will ask you what is the advantages of polyphase system over the single phase system. तो अगर ये question पूछा, क्या आंसर लिखना है? This one. पूछा है, you should write at least 4 points. At least 4 points. यहाँ पे मैंने 5 points दिए. You can write any 4. 5 लिखा तो भी चलेगा. Okay? This is for the 2 marks. You should write 4 points. What are the advantages of polyphase system over the single phase? It has a constant power output. इसका polyphase का, it gives a constant power output. जो कुछ भी power generate होगा, that is a constant. वो ऊपर नीचे नहीं जाएगा. It will be constant. It will be same. So the power delivered by the three phase supply. तो three phase मतलब यहाँ पे poly होगी. Poly means other than one. So what is a poly? It's a many, but it's other than one. 3 phase, 5 phase, 4 phase चले. And this topic is based on three phase supply. तो question exam में पूछा advantages of polyphase system over single phase, ये लिखना. Advantage of three phase over single phase, same लिखना. So whether they ask you polyphase, still write the same. Whether they ask you advantage of three phase, still write the same. ठीक है? यहाँ पे poly पूछो, नहीं तो three phase पूछो. The answer is same. So what is the first point? It provides the constant power. It provides the constant power output. मतलब the power delivered by the three phase supply is a constant, and that of the single supply is oscillating. तो जो power three phase supply delivered करता है, that is a constant. Single phase में जो कुछ generate हुआ, that is oscillating. That is the first point. Second point, higher power. So whatever the power generated in polyphase, three phase, this is the higher than the single phase. तो इसका value ज्यादा होगा in three phase, and value low होगा in single phase. So for the higher power, for the same copper size, the output of three phase supply is always higher than the single phase. The first point क्या था? जो कुछ power generate हुआ, that is a constant. और यहाँ पे it's oscillating. जो कुछ power generate होगा, this power is higher in three phase and lower in the single phase. That is second point. Third point, smaller conductor cross section. That means for a given power, the cross section area of copper is smaller as compared to single phase. तो ये सिस्टम में जितना भी कॉपर यूज होगा, कॉपर, बिकॉज हम ट्रांसमिट करते हैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से. ऐसे पोल होते हैं ना, अपने पोल्स देखेंगे ऐसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के पोल्स, जैसे वायर होता है उसके ऊपर, तो यहाँ से क्या फ्लो होता है? दैट इज अ वोल्टेज. ये वायर किसका होता है? दिस वायर इज मेड ऑफ कॉपर. So for the transmission of power, electricity, we use copper, mostly copper. So जो copper यहाँ पे use होने वाला है, the area of this copper is smaller than the single phase. तो polyphase में जो कुछ भी copper use होने वाला है for the transmission, उसका area is less, smaller as compared to single phase. Okay, that is the third. Fourth point, magnetic field. The three-phase supply has a rotating magnetic field and single phase has a pulsating magnetic field. तो यहाँ पे जो कुछ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जनरेट होगा दैट इज रोटेटेड. रोटेटेड मतलब यहाँ पे साउथ पोल, यहाँ पे नॉर्थ पोल, इट विल गेट रोटेट, कंटिन्यूअसली रोटेट होगा. तो यहाँ पे साउथ है, यहाँ पे साउथ, यहाँ पे साउथ, ये भी रोटेट होगा. तो इट्स गेट रोटेटिंग. इट्स साउथ पोल, इट्स नॉर्थ पोल, ये रोटेट होगा. So what they are saying, the magnetic field in three-phase supply, it's a rotating. And this is pulsating. Pulsating, this is known as a pulse. This is known as pulse. 1, 0, 1, 0. This is known as pulse. Last was the power handling capacity. So power handling capacity of three-phase supply is 3 times more than the single phase. हमने देखा था पावर क्या था सिंगल फेज में, VI cos pi. लेकिन थ्री फेज में पावर क्या है, VPH, IPH, cos pi in 3. ऐसा था. So this power is only one term, and this power is a 3 term. So the power handling capacity of the three-phase supply is 3 times more. देखो फॉर्मूला दिया ना यहाँ पे 3. So for Q also 3 VPH, IPH, sin pi. S also 3 VI. लेकिन this 3 is absent in single phase. No? So the power handling capacity is 3 times more than the single phase. These are the 5 points. तो एग्जाम में पूछा what are the advantages of polyphase system और single phase, same लिखना है. एग्जाम पूछा advantages of three-phase system or single phase, same लिखना. So what are the point? Constant power output, higher power handling capacity, that is a 3 times. Copper, the area of copper or conductor is smaller, and the rotating magnetic field. These are the 5 points. Okay, let's go through it. So if you have a doubt, you can ask me. Else in the chat box, advantages of polyphase system is clear. क्या लिखना है chat box में? The advantages of polyphase system is clear. Okay, this is the second question they may ask you. First question क्या था? What are the definitions? Single phase, polyphase, and three phase. Second question, advantages of polyphase or advantage of three phase over single phase. Okay, let's go. These are the 5 points. So we'll discuss what are the different types of question. ये chapter में क्या क्या question पूछ सकते हैं. We go through that questions. तो 2 question देखिए आपका. We'll see the next. This is right in chat box. तो सबने लिखा है, वेरी गुड. चलो, so let's see the next question. Let's see the next question. Then the next question they may ask you generation of three-phase system. ये three-phase system generate कैसे होता है? या फिर जो system में generate कैसे होता है? They may ask you explain the generation of three-phase system. क्या करना है? Let's see. Now the consider armature of alternator. ये क्या होता है? We'll see in the 4th or 5th module. Right now we don't know what is 4th. ये क्या है? Okay? Just understand that we have one hardware, and what is the name of the hardware? Armature, and that is alternating. Alternating मतलब it change हो रहा है, because it's a AC circuit ना. Three-phase circuit is also AC circuit. Alternator मतलब change हो रहा है. So consider armature of alternator divided into 3 groups as shown in figure. ये statement लिखना है. The coils are named as R1, R2, Y1, Y2, V1, V2. We have 3 supply. We have 3 voltages. So there are three, you can say, coils. The first coil is R1, R2, second is Y1, Y2, and third is a B1, B2, which are mounted on the same shaft, same hardware पे तीनों mounted. And the ends of this each coil are brought out through the slip and brush arrangement to collect the induced EMF. Okay, so just go through this one. इसमें क्या understand करना है? We have one hardware. Each hardware have three coils: R1, R2, Y1, Y2, and B1, B2. So that will give the three supply. Okay, ये slippering क्या होता है? Brush क्या होता है? This is the fourth and fifth one. So just right now understand, in the circuit we have three different coils because we want to generate three supply. So R1, R2, Y1, Y2, B1, B2 are three coils. Okay, so let's go through the diagram. This is south pole of magnet. You change the color. This is south pole of magnet. This is north pole of magnet. South pole, north pole, and these are the rods, or these are the coil. So this is R1, R2. This is first coil. This is Y1, Y2. This is second coil. And this is a B1, B2. And this is third coil. So दो सबका center point क्या है? This is center point. And this is rotating. ये rotate होगा. The rotation कैसे? Like this one. This is the rotation. So whenever they are rotated, it generates a voltage. So R1, R2 generate first supply. Y1, Y2 second supply. B1, B2 third supply. Okay, so this is arrangement. South pole, north pole, three coils. And ये dotted क्या है? This dotted indicate magnetic field. So outside the magnetic field कैसे आता है? North to south. Outside the magnet, magnetic field, magnetic lines of force कैसे आता है? North to south. Okay, this is the magnet. So this is diagram. Let's see next point. This one. So next one हम बोला है कि let ER, EY, EB with the three independent voltages induced in a coil R1, R2, Y1, Y2 and B1, B2 respectively. तो ये तीनों coil, YBS coil मतलब क्या होता है? It's inductor. YBS inductor to induce EMF. R1, R2 will induce which EMF? ER. Y1, Y2 will induce EY, and B1, B2 will induce EB. So ER, EY, EB, three EMF, मतलब three voltages. Induce मतलब generate, it will generate. So this three coil generated three types of voltages: EMF, ER, EY, and EB. Okay, so all the alternating voltage have the same magnitude and frequency as they are rotated in uniform speed and displaced from 100 by 120. तो यहाँ पे जो कुछ भी फॉर्मूला होगा, like we have V is equal to Vm sin omega t. Same EMF कैसे होगा? E is equal to Em sin omega t. So यहाँ पे कितने voltages है? Three: ER, EY, EB. In all the three, this value, magnitude, this value is the same. This omega is also same. Change क्या होगा? Phase. Phase will change. That is why 120 degree. उसका magnitude and frequency same हो. यहाँ पे जो कुछ भी EMF generate हुआ, for that all three EMF, magnitude and frequency is same. But which one is a different? That is a phase. कितने से different होगा? 120. ठीक है? तो in the exam, if they ask you what is the generation of three-phase supply, तो सबसे पहले point क्या लिखना आपको? This one. This is very important. Then draw this diagram, and then write down this point. तो ये point भी लिखना. Which one? This one. नीचे वाला. So in the exam, if they ask you what is the generation of the three-phase supply, first, second, and third, तीनों लिखना. So we have south pole, north pole, three coils. It get rotated, and due to the rotation, it will get three supply, three EMF, ER, EY, EB. तीनों का क्या same है? Magnitude same है and frequency same. Which one is the different? That is the phase, 120 degree. Okay, let's go to it. So just go through it. That is the generation of three-phase system. Okay. The exam पूछा what is the generation of three-phase system? You should write all the points with the diagram. The diagram should be neat and clean. The coils अच्छे से बनाओ. This coil is like this one. It's look like a pipe. These are the coils. Okay. ऐसे बनाओ. These are the coils. Okay. So just go through it. If you have any doubt, you can use the chat box. Else in the chat box, just write generation of three-phase system is clear. क्या लिखना है? Generation of three-phase system is clear. चलो. So exam में आपको that is the third question जो आज हमने discuss किया. What is the generation of three-phase system? So just mention what is the R1, R2, Y1, Y2, and B1, B2. These are the coil on the same shaft. Okay, and then draw the diagram, and then write down what is the ER, EY, EV. They have the same magnitude, same frequency, only the phase is difference, and that is a 120 degree. Okay. So Paramna likha hai, Rakshit also there. Okay, others, chalo jaldi. चलो तो सबने लिखा है. Param, Rakshit, Sara, Nandini, Mandar, Krishna, Vedant, Gaurav, Mayor, Munkar. Okay. तो हमने 3 क्वेश्चन डिस्कस किए. What is the definition of single phase, polyphase, and three phase? Second, what are the advantages of polyphase over the single phase? तो polyphase की जगह पे three phase पूछा तो भी चले. The next one, generation of the three phase system. ठीक है, अगर 2 मार्क का क्वेश्चन पूछा generation of the three phase system, तो इतना ही लिखना for the 2 marks. But if I ask you for 4 marks, तो आपको ये तो लिखना ही और एक्स्ट्रा क्या लिखना है? Let's see. What is the extra thing जो आपको लिखना है? That is the waveform. मैंने पूछा कि what is the three phase waveform, three phase system waveform, तो इतना ही ड्रॉप. जनरेशन ऑफ थ्री फेज सिस्टम 4 मार्क को पूछा है तो जनरेशन लिखना है, वेवफॉर्म को लिखना है, और उसके बाद इक्वेशन वो भी लिखना है. लेट्स सी. So before going to waveform, we'll see the equation. So these are the equation. ये equation. तो इनिशियल इक्वेशन कैसे होता है? V is equal to Vm sin omega t. लेकिन यहाँ पे वोल्टेज है ना, we require EMF. So it's E is equal to Em sin omega t. कैसे होगा? So there are 3 voltages. So what are the changes? ER, EY, EB. 3 voltage है ना. तीनों का क्या सेम है? मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है, मतलब मैक्सिमम वोल्ट वैल्यू, एम्पलीट्यूड इससे. तो यहाँ पे EM, EM, EM सबका सेम. यहाँ पे उन्होंने कैपिटल लिखा. चलिए. देन उसके बाद फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम, मतलब sin ओमेगा t, sin ओमेगा t एंड sin ओमेगा t. ये भी सबका सेम. लेकिन which one is different? फेज. तो इन दोनों में कितने का डिफरेंस होगा? फेज डिफरेंस 120. देखो यहाँ पे -120, मतलब ये 120 डिग्री से लैग है. दिस वन इज द लैग. इन दोनों में कितने का डिफरेंस है? 120 एंड 240. कितने का डिफरेंस है? अगेन 120. तो ईच वन इज डिले बाय लैग बाय 120. तो इन दोनों में कितने का डिफरेंस है? 120. इन दोनों में कितने का डिफरेंस है? 120. सो द थ्री फेज सिस्टम मैग्नीट्यूड इज सेम, omega is same, मतलब frequency is same. Omega is what? Angular frequency. So frequency is same. So which one is a different phase? यहाँ पे phase 0 है, यहाँ पे 120 है, और यहाँ पे 240. So अगर generation of three phase system 4 mark को आया, you should write generation का points, diagram, this equations and the waveform. Waveform भी बनाना है, and phasor diagram also. 4 mark को पूछा तो, 2 mark पूछा तो you can just write that diagram and the few. If 4 mark को पूछा, you can write this equation also. Okay? This is the equation. Just go through the equation. Just go through the equation. In the chat box, you can write equations for induced EMF is clear. क्या लिखना है? Equations for induced EMF is clear. See, magnitude same है, frequency same है. Which one is a different? Phase. कितने का difference है phase का? That is 120. Just go through it. कुछ भी doubt होगा तो पूछो. Else, in the chat box, just write the equations for three phase induced EMF is clear. So ये separate question भी आ सकता है 2 मार्क के लिए. Write down the all equation in three phase system. So ER, EY, EV should get all three. You get 2 marks. Okay? So just follow this notes. You can easily score maximum mark. You can score more than 90 out of the 100. 70 marks and this 30 mark. Okay? You can easily score more. So this notes are only exam oriented. इतना भी follow किया and some solve किया, everything is over. कुछ भी नहीं है subject में, nothing. So equations are clear. So let's see the waveform. Equation तो पता चल गया. Let's see the waveform. So ER, EY and EV. ये 120 लैग है ना, 120 डिग्री लैग है, मतलब 120 से लेट स्टार्ट. ये 240 लैग है ना, मतलब 240 से लेट स्टार्ट. माइनस मतलब लैग. So let's this waveform. चलो. So what is the first equation? That is a ER. ER का फेस कितना था? 0 डिग्री. उसमें कुछ भी चेंज नहीं था. ER is EM sin omega t. ऐसे था. So there is no phase. तो 0 से स्टार्ट होगा. It will start from 0. यहाँ पे VR लिखा है. It is same as ER. Okay? So ER and VR both are same. So देखो ER that is VR start with 0. ये 0 से स्टार्ट होगा. ठीक है. उसके बाद सेकंड क्या था? That is EY. What is EY? EM sin omega t minus 120 degree. माइनस 120 मतलब क्या? ये 120 लेट स्टार्ट. 120 डिग्री लेट स्टार्ट. अगर ये 0 है, ये 0.60, ये 0.120, तो EY कहां से स्टार्ट होगा? यहां से. देखो दिस इज नोन एज VY. VY मतलब EY. 120 से स्टार्ट हो. ये डॉटेड क्यों किया बताता हूं. सो एक्चुअली कहां से स्टार्ट होगा? फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट. तो ये 0 पॉइंट है, ये 60 पॉइंट है, ये 120. सो यहां से स्टार्ट होगा, मतलब 120 लेट स्टार्ट. Then the next one is EV. EV कैसे था? EM sin omega t minus 240. मतलब 240 से लेट स्टार्ट. 0, 60, 120, 180 and this is 240. So EV यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगा. देखो यहाँ से स्टार्ट होगा. ठीक. उसके बाद ये तो पता चल गया. उसके बाद so ER start from 0, EY start from 120, EB start from 240. उसके बाद just extend it back side. तो ये EY यहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ, उसको थोड़ा एक्सटेंड करो. एक्सटेंड कैसे होगा? डॉटेड लाइन से. फॉर्म ऐसे, उसके पीछे कैसे होगा? पीछे ऐसे होगा ना. जब तक टच दिस वेवफॉर्म टिल 0. टच दिस वेवफॉर्म फ्रॉम 0 अप टू 0. तो अगर वेवफॉर्म यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, उसके पीछे कैसे होगा? डाउन साइड में. जब तक 0 को टच नहीं होता तब तक एक्सटेंड करो. लेकिन एक्चुअली कहां से स्टार्ट होने वाला है? दिस विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 120. यहां से स्टार्ट. जस्ट टच दिस वेवफॉर्म टू 0. 0 को टच करो बस. देखो यहाँ पे मैंने एक्सटेंड किया एंड दिस टचेस टू द 0. सेम ये स्टार्ट यहां से हुआ है, तो टच दिस वेवफॉर्म टू 0. तो ये ऊपर है, इट विल गो डाउन, देन इट विल गो अप, देन इट टचेस टू द 0. तो दिस इज द वेवफॉर्म फॉर द थ्री फेज सिस्टम. तो इनिशियली कैसे बनाना है? इनिशियली क्या करना है? 0 से स्टार्ट करो. दिस वन स्टार्ट विद 0, दिस वन स्टार्ट विद 120 एंड दिस इज स्टार्ट फॉर द 240. इतना ड्रॉ करो एंड देन एक्सटेंड करो बैक साइड 120 to 0. This is 240 to 0. So this waveform is very important. This is very important. तो यहाँ पे डिफरेंस कितना है? 0 to 120, 120, 120 to 240, 120, 240 to 360, 120. ठीक है. ये डिग्री में दिया है. You can write in the radian also. 260 मतलब 2 pi. So 0. 180 मतलब pi. ठीक है. This is a radian form. You can write in a radian or degree. Mostly for the degree यहाँ पे. So this is the waveform for the three phase system. Okay, let's go through it. Simple here. तो एग्जाम में पूछा draw the waveform for the three phase system. You should draw this one. और the generation of the three phase system 4 मार्क को पूछा, तो write the generation, equation and the waveform for the 4 marks. तो 2 मार्क generation को, 1 मार्क waveform, 1 मार्क equation. ऐसे. This waveform is very important. ठीक है. जैसे हमने देखा था ना waveform in the R, L, C, RL RC उसमें वेवफॉर्म देखा था, सेम दिस आर द वेवफॉर्म. This is very important. Just open it. If you have any doubt in the waveform, just ask me. Else in the chat box, just write 3-phase voltage waveform is clear. So today's fifth question: definition, then advantages, generation, equation, waveform. Okay, this one is the fifth question. Yeah. More Attala. Very good. Yeah, three-phase voltage is clear, everyone. The waveforms are clear. Practice करो waveform का, 2-3 बार practice किया ना, nothing is there. Just practice what multiple time. जैसे मैंने sequence बताया, 0 से start करो, 120 start करो, 240 start करो, and then उसको extend करो till 0. Okay, extend till 0. Just same to same copy करो in your notebook, practice it, and then उसके बाद just try for बिना देख के कुछ आ रहा है कि नहीं, without seeing anything, just जितना memorize हुआ है उतना just draw on the blank page, so you can understand कि कितना याद आ रहा है. Okay, जितना याद नहीं आ रहा है, just again go through that waveform, just draw it. तो 2-3 practice करने के बाद you can easily draw it. तो कुछ भी नहीं इसमें. फर्स्ट टाइम यू मे फेस सम प्रॉब्लम, लेकिन 2-3 बार ड्रॉ करने के बाद इतना इसमें कुछ भी नहीं. 0, 120, 240 एंड देन बैक साइड एक्सटेंड, बस इतना ही. चलो, सो दिस 3-phase टोटल 5 क्वेश्चन आज हो गए. लेट्स सी द और फेजर डायग्राम. तो फेजर डायग्राम बाकी ना, वेवफॉर्म हो गया, मतलब क्या बाकी है? फेजर डायग्राम. तो फेजर डायग्राम, so just draw this phasor diagram. So as a phasor rotating anti-clockwise direction, ये anti-clockwise direction में जा रहा है. See, मैंने यहाँ पे diagram में दिखाया था. So what is the rotation का direction? This is the rotation ना. This is anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise क्या होता है? This is clock 12, 3, 6, 9. This rotation is known as a clockwise. Reverse जा रहा हो, that is known as anti-clockwise. तो यहाँ पे रोटेशन कैसे हो रहा है? एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. सो वी शुड फॉलो द एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. तो व्हाट विल डू, सी ईआर का फेज कितना है? 0. वाई का कितना है? ईवाई का 120 डिग्री एंड ईबी का कितना है? 120 डिग्री. लेट है ना, दिस ऑल आर, दिस इज 240 सर, दिस इज 240 एंड these are the lag ना, these are the lag. So what I'll do, how to draw phasor diagram? First of all, यहाँ पे 0 लूंगा and draw the ER. ER क्या है? 0 डिग्री ना, तो 0 डिग्री, it's a straight line ना, 0 डिग्री. उसके बाद EY 120 से लैग हुआ, तो draw, this is 90 ना, तो 120 कहाँ पे है? यहाँ पे है. तो उसके बाद EY 120 डिग्री से लैग, तो इससे EY difference is 120. Then EB is 240, मतलब EB ER से 240 लैग है एंड EY EB इसमें कितने का डिफरेंस है? 120. इन दोनों में डिफरेंस कितने का? 120. एंड इन दोनों में कितने का है? दैट इज 240. सो यू कैन ड्रॉ वन मोर हियर. दिस इज E. सो दिस डिफरेंस इज हाउ मच? अगेन 120. सो 120, 120, अगेन 120. तो व्हाट इज अ शॉर्टकट? शॉर्टकट कैसे करने से? ड्रॉ द सेंटर पॉइंट यहाँ पे, हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन, थोड़ा एक्सटेंडेड, थोड़ा एक्सटेंडेड. ओके, तो यूज दैट कंपास. कंपास होता है ना ऐसे, ये यूज करो यहाँ पे. तो यहाँ पे पॉइंट लेके 1 0 पे मार्क करो. ओके, 1, उसके बाद 120 पे मार्क करो, यहाँ पे 120 मार्क करो. तो जस्ट ड्रॉ दिस 3. So this is ER, this is EY and this is EB. तो ये फर्स्ट कितना है? 120 डिग्री. EB 120 डिग्री. This is also 120. So ER, EY, EB. रोटेशन कैसे है? एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. This rotation is anti-clockwise. तो मैं क्या लिखा देखो? EY lags ER by 120. Yes, we know that. EB lags EY 120. Yes, we also know that. तो इतना सब लिखना है. Just go through it as phasor rotated in anti-clockwise direction, we can say that EY lacks ER by 120. Yes. EV lacks EY 120. Yes. Now the next one हमने क्या लिखा है? If we add 3 voltages vertically, it can be observed that the sum of the 3 voltage at insert is 0. इन तीनों को मैंने ऐड किया, so आंसर आएगा 0. आप लोगों ने कैसे? See, तीनों का डायरेक्शन डिफरेंट है ना, मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है लेकिन तीनों का डायरेक्शन डिफरेंट है. So if we add all 3 ना, the answer is 0. तो मतलब ER plus EY plus EV, this answer is 0. But by considering angle also, angle पकड़ के, if you just count the magnitude, it will become triple. If you count the direction also, angle also, it is 0. So if we add 3 voltages vertically, we can say that sum is 0. So vertically मतलब we are calculating the magnitude and voltages and the angle, both the things. So what is the statement? The phasor addition of all the voltages at any instant in 3-phase system is always equal to 0. Phasor addition मतलब angle का addition. Phase का addition is 0. So ER bar, EY bar, EV bar is equal to 0. This bar indicate it's a vector magnitude plus direction. Okay? So waveform कैसे? This is the waveform. And from the waveform we understand if you do the phasor addition of all 3 voltages, the addition is 0. The exam question 6 क्या पूछेंगे? Draw the waveform of 3-phase system. So you should write this waveform, this 2 point, and this equation. Okay? This is your 6th question. Question number 6. Let's go through it. The exam पूछा just draw the phasor diagram for the 3-phase. We should draw this one. Write on this 2 point diagram is a phasor diagram. This 2 point and the last statement. Okay, just go through it. Simply just do the what practice. कुछ भी नहीं. Just go through it. कुछ भी doubt अगर पूछो, else in the chat box just write phasor diagram is clear. So this is question number 6. So any doubt in the generation in waveform, phasor diagram? So just take the printout of this notes, okay? कोई एक printout ले लो, बाकी सब xerox में करो. Just go through the notes too many times. Just practice it. Written practice होना चाहिए. This is your first time you are writing the paper, so written practice होना चाहिए. Okay? चलो, तो सबने लिखा है. Very good. Then उसके बाद let's see the next question. Question 6-1. Let's see the next question. Then we have symmetrical system. इसके बाद क्या है? That is a symmetrical system. So in the exam they may ask you what is a symmetrical system. See, the polyphase system is said to be symmetrical when the EMF of the same frequency in the different phases are equal in magnitude and displacement of one another by the equal phase length. See, मतलब क्या है? कि we have ER, EY and EV. इन तीनों का magnitude same, frequency same, magnitude and frequency same. क्या different है? That is a phase. लेकिन phase भी common है. इन दोनों में कितने का difference है? 120. इन दोनों कितने का difference है? 120. So this difference is same, ना? That is called a symmetrical system. We have same magnitude, we have same frequency, we have different phase. तो दो phase भी same repeat हो रहा है. इन दोनों में difference कितना है? 120. इन दोनों में difference कितना है? 120. It's the same, ना? 120, 120, again 120, again 120. So this is called a symmetrical system. उन्होंने definition क्या दिया? The polyphase system is said to be symmetrical when even of the same frequency फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम है, इन डिफरेंट फेज डिफरेंट है, बट उनका मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है. तो विच पॉइंट आर सेम? फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम, मैग्नीट्यूड सेम, डिफरेंट क्या फेज, लेकिन वो फेज भी डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम वन अनदर बाय द इक्वल फेज. जो कुछ भी डिफरेंट फेज है वो भी इक्वल है. मतलब ER एंड EY दोनों का फेज डिफरेंट है, लेकिन फेज डिफरेंस कितना है? 120. EY एंड EB इन दोनों का फेज डिफरेंस है, दिस इज 120, दिस इज 240, लेकिन डिफरेंस कितना है? 120. सो डिस्प्लेस फ्रॉम वन अनदर बाय इक्वल फेज है, तो दोनों में डिफरेंस कितने का? 120. इन दोनों डिफरेंस कितना है? 120. से ये तो पॉलीफेज में था. If I write in three phase, so what is the definition? In three phase system, three voltages are of the same magnitude and frequency are displaced from each other by the phase angle of 120 degree. Hence, the three phase system is also known as symmetrical. तो symmetrical में क्या होना चाहिए? Same frequency, same magnitude, different phase होना चाहिए, लेकिन displace कैसे होना चाहिए? At a same phase angle. तो displace मतलब उन दोनों में difference कितना है? Difference कितने phase angle का है? Phase difference, that is 120, again 120, again 120. That is same ना? दोनों में difference है. That difference is the same again and again. That is known as symmetrical system. Same magnitude, same frequency, different phase, but उनका difference क्या होना चाहिए? Same. Displace कैसे होना चाहिए? Same. So displace from each other by 120. मतलब ER यहाँ पे खड़ा है, EY यहाँ पे खड़ा है, इन दोनों में डिफरेंस कितना आएगा? 120. तो 120 के बाद EB आना चाहिए. यहाँ पे EB 120 के बाद, इसके बाद और होगा, that is also 120. That is known as symmetrical system. Simply, let's go through the definition. So same frequency, same magnitude, different phase, and that is also displaced from equal phase. Displace मतलब उन दोनों में difference कितना, distance कितना. Okay. This is for polyphase and this is for three-phase. Same magnitude, same frequency, displaced from each other by 120. Okay. So just go through the symmetrical system. Question आ सकते हैं कि what is the definition for symmetrical system for 2 marks? So you should write this 2 pointer. This is question number 7. So just go through it. कुछ भी डाउट अगर पूछो, else in the chat box just write symmetrical system. It's clear. Sure. Any doubt, anyone? So the symmetrical system is clear, everyone? Sure. So we'll see the next one, that is the phase sequence. The total 6 पेज का नोट्स है, इसमें कुछ भी नहीं. चलो, the next is of phase, इतना ही देखेंगे and then we'll stop. इतना देखने में stop. Star delta next time नहीं. उसका sum storm में लिया है, तो we know the basic understanding. उसका 3D next lecture. So what is the phase sequence? After the 3 phase. Phase sequence क्या होता है? Let's see. The sequence in which the voltages in 3-phase system reach their maximum positive value is called the phase sequence. See this one. The waveform देख लो एक बार, so you get an idea. So this is the first waveform. The first waveform है this one. उसका मैक्सिमम वैल्यू कहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे. दिस इज वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट वेवफॉर्म का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू. दिस इज सेकंड वेवफॉर्म, उसका मैक्सिमम वैल्यू यहाँ पे है. दिस इज थर्ड वेवफॉर्म, उसका मैक्सिमम वैल्यू यहाँ पे है. दिस इज वन ऑफ द फेज सीक्वेंस. फर्स्ट वेवफॉर्म का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, सेकंड वेवफॉर्म का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, थर्ड वेवफॉर्म का मैक्सिमम. दिस इज अ सीक्वेंस ना, इन दोनों डिफरेंस 120, अगेन डिफरेंस 120. दिस इज वन ऑफ द फेज सीक्वेंस. ड्यू टू द फेज डिफरेंस कितना 120, the magnitude also 120 degree alter. यहाँ पे भी डिफरेंस कितने होगा 120 degree. This is one of the phase sequence. Let's go to the definition. वही लिखा हुआ है. It changes in the magnitude in a sequence form. The sequence in which the voltages in a three-phase system reach their maximum positive values. This is one of the phase sequence. क्या sequence में हो they reaching their maximum positive value. तो कितने का डिफरेंस 120 degree. तो see. It is a sequence in which the three-phase reaches their maximum value. It is one of the phase sequence. And for the three-phase system, what is the phase sequence? R by B. Because we are using only three waveform, R by B. ER, E by E. So for the three-phase, R by B. This is one of the phase sequence. It's a sequence in which voltage reaches their maximum positive value. That is one of the phase sequence. And for the three-phase, that is R by B. Okay, let's go through it. Phase sequence. This is question number 8. If you want to ask what is a phase sequence in the three phase, you should write this definition in this one. Okay, let's go. Push it out and push else in the chat box. Just write phase sequences here. Sure, no doubt, anyone? Sure. Let's say the next one, that is a three-phase load. So in a three-phase load, three different impedances are connected in a star delta fashion. The impedance would have Z. So we have three voltages, then we have three current, and we have three impedances. तीन वोल्टेज है, तीन इंपेडेंस हो गए, तीन करंट हो. लोड मतलब इंपेडेंस होगी. सिस्टम में कितना लोड है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ रेजिस्टर, दैट इज नॉइज. सो वी हैव थ्री डिफरेंट इंपेडेंसेस कनेक्टेड इन स्टार और डेल्टा. हमने देखा था. सो दिस इज नोन एज स्टार, दिस इज नोन एज डेल्टा. तो व्हाट इज द फेज वोल्टेज? तो फेज वोल्टेज क्या है? इट इज अ VPH. सो व्हाट इज द फेज वोल्टेज? इट इज अ वोल्टेज अक्रॉस एनी ब्रांच of the three phase. तो कोई भी ब्रांच में से, this is starting the first branch, second branch, third branch. तो कोई भी एक ब्रांच में से जो कुछ वोल्टेज होगा, that is one of the phase voltage. What is the phase current? It is a current passing through any branch of the three phase. That is the phase current. So it's a VPH and this is IPH. The voltage across any branch and current passing through any branch. This is called the phase voltage and phase current. Okay. And the load are connected in two forms, star and delta. Okay, so star कैसे होता है? थोड़ा देख लेते एक बार. We'll take in the next lecture also. This is known as star. So it consists of three different impedances which are connected in such a manner that one end of the each impedance is connected together and other are connected to the terminals. So star कैसे होता है? First one, second one, and third one. And they have center point. This is called a neutral point. This is called a neutral. यहाँ पे फर्स्ट Z1, this is Z2, this is Z3. This is R by B. They are connected in center. तो यहाँ से supply जा रहा है. This is R, then this is Y, and this is Y. We'll take this one in the next lecture. Star and delta. So देख लो यहाँ. This will look like a Y, reverse Y. इसे उल्टा Y दिखना है. तो यहाँ पे एक ZPH, यहाँ पे भी एक ZPH, यहाँ पे एक ZPH. खत्म. Then यहाँ पे एक connection. This is R, this is B, this is Y. कुछ भी नहीं, खत्म हो गया. We'll see this diagram in the next lecture. Starting with that. Okay. So now just go through it. What is the phase voltage and phase current? The definition important है. These two definitions. Exam पूछ सकते हैं. You define the phase voltage and phase current. तो आपको लिखना है BPH. It's IPH. ऐसे लिखना है. Okay. Let's go through it. So once you're done, just write definitions of it. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Else in the chat box, just write definition up here. You'll see that star and delta in the next lecture. Okay. So any doubt, anyone? So we just discussed more than 8 questions. So क्या क्या question discuss किए हम लोगों ने? First generation. The first is the definition, single phase, polyphase, three phase. Then उसके बाद हमने देखा था advantages of polyphase or single phase. Then उसके बाद generation of three phase. Then उसके बाद equation. Then waveform. Then phasor diagram. Then what is the symmetrical system? What is the phase sequence? And this two definition. So we just see total 9 questions. और 2 question है star, delta and दोनों का difference, distinguish. Then the topic is over. Okay. Sums तो हमने किए complete last lecture में, and yesterday also it's all one sum. तो sum वैसे ही है, see exactly same. The formula, you just follow the given point and solve it. इतना ही. We'll take one more lecture और the sum जितने sum last year आए थे, जैसे मैंने previous video किया था, for the model जितने question last year आए थे, मैंने सब sum solve किए थे. Same thing I'll do for the three phase system. जितने sum आए थे 4 to 5, I'll take all the sums from the previous question paper and I'll take one video. We solve all the sums. Okay. Sure. Any doubt? You think? Sure. Just write your name in the chat box and then we'll stop. There will be no lecture from 10 to 11. उसके बाद आपका कोई lecture होगा maths का और दूसरे subject का, I don't know किसका. Just join that lecture. Okay. Just write your name in the chat box and we'll stop here. We'll take lecture on tomorrow. I'll inform the time. We'll take lecture on tomorrow also. Tomorrow also we'll take lecture. Okay. जिन्होंने unit test का mark देखा नहीं, on Monday you can go to the college. Monday or Saturday जब होगा college next time, just meet to Gupta madam and just ask for the paper. Okay. मैंने paper correction किया, yesterday दिखाया भी था. So those who are absent, they can go to the college and ask for the paper. Okay. So any doubt, anyone? So we have Omkar, Mihir, Amol, Aditya, Manda, Karam, Gaurav, Nisha, Vedant, Vaishali, Krishna. So let's stop here. We'll meet on tomorrow. Okay, I'll declare the time. We'll complete this topic and we'll start with the next topic. Okay. Sure. So let's stop here. Chalo, bye. Stop the stream. So if you have any doubt, you can use the chat box. Okay. So we'll meet on tomorrow and declare the time. We'll take same lecture. We'll continue this topic and then we'll stop. चलो let's stop. चलो